After all, the legends of the Romanovs, the juice of Hollywood movies and TV drama series, are as potent and popular as the facts. That is why the teller of this story has to be wary of melodrama, mythology, and teleology, the danger of writing history backwards, and cautious of methodology. Skepticism is essential. Scholarship demands constant verification and analysis, but one of the benefits of narrative history is that each reign appears in context to give a portrait of the evolution of Russia, its autocracy, and its soul. And in these larger-than-life characters, misshapen by autocracy, a distorted mirror appears, which reflects the tropes of all human character right back at us. If the challenge of ruling Russia has always been daunting, the role of autocrat could only be truly exercised by a genius, and there are very few of those in most families. The price of failure was death. In Russia, the government is autocracy tempered by strangulation, quipped the French woman of letters Madame de Staël. It was a dangerous job. 6 of the last 12 tsars were murdered, 2 by throttling, 1 by dagger, 1 by dynamite, 2 by bullet. In the final catastrophe in 1918, 18 Romanovs were killed. Rarely was a chalice so golden and so poisoned. I particularly examine each succession, always the best test of a regime's stability. It is ironic that now, 2 centuries after the Romanovs finally agreed a law of succession, Russian presidents still effectively nominate their successors, just as Peter the Great did. Whether a smooth handover or desperate transition, these moments of extreme tension, when existential necessity demands that every reserve of ingenuity be deployed, every intrigue explored, reveal the fundamentals of power. The essence of tsardom was the projection of majesty and strength. Yet this had to be combined with what Otto von Bismarck, rival and ally of the Romanovs, called the art of the possible, the attainable, the art of the next best. For the Romanovs, the art of survival was based on the balancing of clans, interests and personalities of both a minuscule court and a gigantic empire. Emperors needed to keep the support of their army, nobility and their administration. If they lost all 3, they were likely to be deposed, and in an autocracy that usually meant death. As well as playing the lethal game of politics, the sovereigns had to exude visceral, almost feral authority. An effective tsar could be harsh provided he was consistently harsh. Rulers are often killed not for brutality, but for inconsistency. And tsars had to inspire trust and respect among their courtiers, but sacred reverence among the peasantry, 90% of their subjects, who saw them as little fathers. They were expected to be harsh to their officials, but benign to their peasant children. The tsar is good, peasants said. The nobles are wicked. Power is always personal. Any study of a Western democratic leader today reveals that, even in a transparent system with its short periods in office, personalities shape administrations. Democratic leaders often rule through trusted retainers instead of official ministers. In any court, power is as fluid as human personality. It flows hydraulically to and from the source, but its currents constantly change. Its entire flow can be redirected, even reversed. In an autocracy, the power is always in flux, as changeable as the moods, relationships and circumstances, personal and political, of one man and his sprawling, teeming empire. All courts work in similar ways. In the 21st century, the new autocracies in Russia and China have much in common with that of the tsars, run by tiny, opaque cliques, amassing vast wealth, while linked together through hierarchical client-patron relationships, all at the mercy of the whims of the ruler. My aim is to follow the invisible, mysterious alchemy of power to answer the essential question of politics, laconically expressed by that maestro of power play, Lenin. Kto kogo? Who controls whom? In an autocracy, the personal is magnified, everything personal is political, and any proximity to the sovereign is transformed into power woven into a golden thread extending from the crown to anyone it touches. There were sure ways to gain the intimate confidence of a tsar. The first was to serve in court, army or government, and especially to deliver military victory. The second was to guarantee security. Every ruler, not only those in Russia, needs an